all set and ready to roll at the Arsenal Stadium if we had a referee and a ball. Now that, incidentally, is a familiar landmark on the North London skyline, the television transmitter at Alexandra Palace. In the background, in the foreground, the North Bank, where the Arsenal fans congregate. And this famous stadium with a very healthy-looking 30,000 plus crowd in for this meeting of the top two in the English League. Well, now Ken Redfern has returned, and we can get on with the game. No sign of any changes on either team, and Everton all in blue, playing right to left. It is actually a league regulation that teams may not have any part of their playing equipment the same colour, which is why when Everton play against a team like Arsenal who wear white shorts, they change from their normal white to blue. Play has stopped for the first offside of the second half, coming after 12 seconds. Here's Reid. Sharp. Heath wide in the left, played towards him. And Michael Thomas covering. Support from Sheedy. And looking for Stephen. And Heath again. And the ball kept in play by John Lukic. Davis. Snowden fell over. Smith, Williams, and Davis trying to get in the back. Southwood was always going to be the master there.
I think Smith and Groves haven't really made an impression for Arsenal, and that's the difference with the two sides. Sharp up front for Everton, so he's given them really a very, very tough time.
There's the cross, aiming for Heath. O'Leary just got in the way, and the point well made, John.
Yeah, I think Sharp is causing a lot of trouble to Dave O'Leary and Adams, whereas Smith and Groves is not causing much trouble at all to Watson and Radcliffe. They're very, very solid there between them. So there's a lot of kick-outs from the goalkeeper, from Lukic as well. So if they're not getting anything there, they're really struggling.
Gary Stevens towards Heath. Away by Adams. Snowden now. And Poynton reluctant to get involved, and Arsenal get the possession back. Suspicion of offside about that, but Michael Thomas allowed to continue. Rocastle. Full ball. That's gone towards Trevor Stephen. Snowden. Stevens. And in avoiding the offside, there was no one left far enough forward to take advantage.
Well, Heath was in a great position from that in that build-up. When Stephen was coming across the field, he was in a good position. Then it went to Snodden, and he should have really got a change. And I see Heath is having a bit of a go at Snodden, and quite rightly so. He was in a great position in the outside left position.
Off goes Sharp again. And now Gary Stevens to send in not such a long one this time. Stephen cut out by Alan Smith, and Groves is the only man up front. Williams. Rocastle. Played through. Groves wanted it played just there, but Stevens saw the danger coming and acted to avert it. Thrown in towards Adams, away by Watson. Yet another throw to Everton.
And I think Sansom should have played the ball there, but he hasn't been having a good game. Sansom looks very uncomfortable. He's usually very, very comfortable around the ball, but today he looks all on edge. I don't know why.
Lukic, though, in command. Well, it's very odd to see the way Arsenal have been forming up. They've left Perry Groves up all alone, and then they thump a long one up towards him. He's not the biggest of men. And it really seems that they've got their pattern somewhat askew. Alan Harper, Ian Wilson, and a few other Everton regulars, squad members anyway, on the bench. Reed. Sharp.
I think that has been the difference, George, as you mentioned there. When Lukic gets the ball in his hands, he kicks out very, very quickly, and it's usually Groves up front on his own, and he's getting nothing in the air, so the ball is coming straight back at them. Whereas Southall, when he has to kick it out, Sharp is up there, and he's controlling most of the ball and bringing his players into the game. So they're much more in attacking force, Everton.
Heath. Sharp. Heath again. Snowden. And the foul awarded against Tony Adams. An element of frustration to be felt around the Arsenal stadium.
This could be a position for Sheedy to have a go. I think there's a bit of a breeze blowing out there today, and it's blown in Everton's favour now. I wouldn't be surprised if Sheedy gives this a bit of a wallop.
Well, he's there, Trevor Stevens there, and so too Reed, but it's Sheedy who comes and brought the heat to the palms of John Lukic.
That was a hell of a shot from Sheedy. That's a long way out. He's about 35 to 40 yards out there, and luckily for Lukic, it went straight at him, and even then he parried it down. So he's too far out there for his forwards to be in a position to follow it up. That was a hell of a shot.
Davis, Williams, and Richardson determined to make it his. Play to Rocastle, and Smith at the back, got the header on, but Gary Stevens was marking him, and he couldn't get any real power in it.
Good move from Arsenal there. It's probably the best of the match so far. Good ball in, and Smith really better backing into him. He couldn't get any power on it. It might have been better heading it back across the goal. But Smith and Groves haven't been effective for Arsenal today so far.
Davis to Rocastle, trying to take on Poynton. He showed the fullback altogether too much of that. Summing up Arsenal's day. Trying to get things to work, and they don't. It's Davis, O'Leary, Smith, and Groves is offside. Bobby Robson, the England manager, in the front row, the home side of the director's box. I don't know what he's made of his England men so far. There's two of them chasing this, Stevens and Watson. It was the Welsh international goalkeeper Southall who got it away.
Good goalkeeping again by Southall. Lesser goalkeepers might have held the ground. There would have been a mix-up between the defenders there. So he got straight out. He's shouting at his defenders all his way to get out of the way. And a big clearance.
Sansom. And George Graham spending the second half down in the dugout. Adams, the Groves, Rocastle, and well intercepted by Poynton. Ball out, Arsenal throw. Groves went through on Snowden, and the free kick awarded to Everton. Ball wins again. That's Gus Caesar on the left and Paul Merson, Arsenal's two substitutes. Poynton, won by O'Leary. Poynton again. This time it's Davis. Now Ratcliffe. Finally on the ground with Stevie Williams.
No, Arsenal haven't really built anything up yet. I think in those positions Williams wouldn't do any harm to hold the ball and control a little bit and take it forward himself, so as you can see what he's doing. Because they're not really getting much up front.
It's towards Heath, but again the pitch not proving wide enough for Everton. And yet again a throw-in. Adams for Thomas, intercepted by Poynton. Powerful run this. Ishidi forward, opting instead for Sharp. Snowden. And hit that far too firmly at Trevor Stephen. And the attack is gone. Reed. Sharp just a little too quick. Heath winning it back. It's said to have fouled his man.
Well, that was another fair tackle. But Groves up front really is struggling for Arsenal. Ratcliffe is too strong for him and too quick. And I don't think really he's a top first division player.
And news of another goal for another team in red, Manchester United, the second coming from Brian McClare.
must say this is scratchy stuff at the moment. There hasn't been one player really getting on the ball and making a pass. Reid is good with Wyndham when they're loose, and but he's not really such a great pass to the ball. There's nobody opening the play out at all.
Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. It's as it was at half-time. Arsenal 0, Everton 1. Now Groves, Smith. Richardson wanted too much out of that. And eventually Everton getting themselves tied up in knots. A bit of vendetta going on there between Williams and Reid, which didn't help Everton's cause at the time. Meanwhile, another offside flag raised, and advantage played, because the advantage was to the team who'd be having the free kick anyway.
I think when Everton have the ball down the right-hand side there, they should get a change. It comes into Reid, it goes back out to Stephen again, or Stevens, and then back in. But they're not getting a change. They should be looking to let it beat him and then get it over to Sheedy, who hasn't really been in the game in the second half.
Well, it surely says something about the state of the English First Division if this is second playing fourth. Down has gone Perry Groves, and for the first time in the match there'll be a trainer on.
If you look at the game, the ball's been over that right-hand side now a long time, and usually with top midfield players like Reid, or England players, should be looking to get it changed away from there. And Groves copped one in the head there from Reid. It might have been accidental there.
Groves, of course, a very famous name around Highbury. Vic Groves, an earlier generation of this family, and now the son Perry in action for the Gunners. And all right again. So no need to call on Paul Merson. Williams. And he's pulling out. Is it Ian Snowden or is it Tony Adams?
Tony Williams. Was Williams and Snowden involved there? Two of them are hotheads, and there was a bit of flurry of punches.
Snowden is the man. And there's the yellow. Sansom. And offside is flagged on this side, even if the ball was in play on the far. Well, that's a very interesting. The linesman signalling offside on this side. The referee has gone walkabout and has now decided to take the linesman's advice. And the opening goal for Nottingham Forest, recorded Well, here at Harbour, Arsenal seek there first and very nearly get it through Paul Davis.
Well, it's scratching their way back into the game there, but a good ball across from Thomas here, and it was Davis, who was not the best of headers, was getting ahead on it. Didn't really get any power on it, just to go wide of the post.
Ball from Rocastle to Groves. Richardson and Smith in the middle. But Groves wanted a little glory for himself.
I think the crowd originally have been chanting for Charlie Nicholas, and I think it's because of Groves, and that won't help his cause there. I don't think Groves really has it for the First Division, not with a top team like Arsenal anyway.
It's Paul Merson, the Arsenal substitute, warming up. Presumably the idea would be to replace Groves with Merson, who scored a crucial goal against Sheffield Wednesday in Arsenal's last victory. And Peter Reid, at this time being taken to one side, becoming the second Everton man to have his name taken.
I think Peter Reid is very silly there. I don't think it was a free kick. I think it was a bad decision against him. But he's experienced enough now just to leave the ball there and get on with it.
But it's given Arsenal the opportunity to perhaps claw their way back into it. Adams going in on the end of that. And now Richardson towards Smith, headed away by Watson. O'Leary. Adams. And Davis. Beat the offside trap. Got in the shot. Couldn't keep it down.
Good effort by Davis here. Good little ball from Adams. Just flicks it on the half volley. And Davis gets in. Very difficult shot for him to keep down. And I think Southall knew it was too high. But Arsenal they've gone about their job well in that they're getting tight on people. But really there's not much composure about the game. And they're just scratching all the way.
Well, that's Paul Merson they've sent on. They didn't do, as I thought they might, take off Perry Groves. They've left him on and withdrawn Kevin Richardson. So Merson, the 19-year-old, who got the third goal against Sheffield Wednesday a fortnight ago. George Graham rating him as one for the future, but he wants him to earn his place in the first team, giving him the other opportunity to do just that. With a quarter of the match to go, 22 and a half minutes remaining. Merson, as I say, just 19 years of age. And a striker who's been an apprentice here and graduated to full professional. Very nearly his first touch as Alan Smith determined to give him just that. The youngster on Kevin Ratcliffe. It's come to Williams. And the spin of the spinning ball was always going away from him.
I think Everton have let the game slip from themselves, from the grasp a little bit. I think Sharp, who had been really winning everything up front, has gone into his shell a little bit. And I think it's vital for Everton that he gets back out again and starts winning a few and holding the ball up front for Everton to come into the game. They just need to get a few simple passes to slow it down a little bit.
Reid. No offside here. And it's still Reid. And it was O'Leary who got back to block the cross.
Good play from David O'Leary, but excellent play from Peter Reid. He's very, very sharp. He doesn't look quick, but over that 10-15 yards he's quick. And everybody came out to play the offside, and he really got through. And look at him here when he goes. He's really leaving them behind him, apart from David O'Leary, who's exceptionally quick. And really he didn't see Sharp. Sharp might have got up closer to him so as he could get a good look at him and pull the ball back to him.
Here's the corner from Trevor Stephen. And Lukic there to catch it. Reed again. Smith. And Groves. There's the whistle sounding. And Ken Redfern. Another free kick to Arsenal. 20 minutes to go. Still it's 1-0 to Everton. Michael Thomas.
And I don't know what young Thomas was trying there. There was no conviction about that whatsoever. I think he knows it himself. But Ratcliffe and Watson have defended very well for Everton today. Everything in the air, around the penalty box. They've won them all and got cleared the lines well for Everton.
Sheedy. And now Sheedy again, and he's released Snowden. It's Snowden on Lukic. He rather wasted that. Chance for Arsenal to counter now. Michael Thomas. Groves chasing it. Southall there.
Well, I must say I thought Snowden would do better in that position because he's very, very quick when he gets through. And it was on his left side, which is not his best side. I think if he'd been on his right-hand side, on the far side of the pitch, he would have really been able to pick somebody out.
Sheedy. Merson. There's Trevor Stephen back to win it for Everton.
I don't know what's wrong with holding the ball. Both Thomas and Poynton there. I mean, Thomas made a kick at the first one he could have stopped. The second one came back to him and kicked it straight to Poynton, who put it out of play. All they do is stop the ball and keep control of it.
Well, in the meantime, we've been having a little look at the box, the Everton dugout, and Ian Wilson, a former Leicester City man, being readied for the action. And they're going to take off Kevin Sheedy and send on Ian Wilson, which is a straight swap. When Sheedy was injured, it was Wilson who took his place.
I must say I'm a little surprised with that because Sheedy hasn't had much to do in the second half, and he's looked sharp and quick and one that's likely to get a good pass in when he does get the ball. And that's the sharpest I've seen him and the fittest I've seen him look for weeks. He's just getting his match fitness back now, which is good.
O'Leary. Merson. Thomas. And Merson. And a super stop by Southall. Davis. And off the line by Gary Stevens. And more bites since Paul Merson joined the front line. And again, Neville Southall showing why he's so highly respected. This is Adrian Heath. Stevens and Poynton, and foul there by David Rocastle.
Well, that save of Southall, I think, shows why he is the best in the country. He hasn't had too much to do, but that was a first-class save. I think Merson hit that really well on the turn, and also good defensive work by the rest of the players. I don't know who blocked the ball from Davis, but it was a lot of Everton shirts back there. Really, I think this is Thomas here. He should never got out of this position. He should never got across in there, although there was a few breaks. That's why he's here. That's a great save from Southall. It was Stevens that got it away. But if you look at Southall in that position, he has the ball covered even then. And he's a really top-class goalkeeper, and that's where he's earned his corn for Everton today.
And all brought about by that shot from Paul Merson. Neil Poynton, the fullback, getting attention. Merson, who's had made half a dozen appearances as a substitute before this match. Just the one goal. But he does look a sharp lad. It's Poynton has recovered. Everton have the free kick. Ratcliffe on from Watson. Nobody reacted. Lukic could claim it. Stephen taking on Sansom. And not succeeding. Adams. Groves' first touch deserting him. Quarter of an hour to go. Still 1-0 to Everton. On from Merson. Corner to Arsenal. Steve Williams, the head of Graham Sharp, and Southall there to catch it. That was Merson, cleared by Stevens. Sansom on to Davis, and Watson got the foot in. Arsenal's throw. Touched by Merson, now Davis. The pace of the ball just beating him.
Well, it's all huff and puff from Arsenal. There's no real composure about the game. There hasn't been much passing, and they are trying to get forward very, very quickly. And but the Everton defence really are soaking it up well. And when Southall has had to make the save, he's done so.
That was Steve Williams rather penalised. Another free kick to Everton. Now just a matter of 13 minutes away from what would be a hat-trick of 1-0 successes in the league at Highbury. Sharp off after that, content to let it run and give Everton the corner. Colin Harvey was distressed in Everton's last visit to London to Shark Athletic. The fans had been let down. I can't imagine they're feeling too let down today, those who've travelled. It's Trevor Stevens' shot, and Lukic able to stop it. Groves. Poynton in the way. Heath. And Heath there to tidy it up.
Did well, Heath, but he hasn't really been in the game. He still hasn't got his touch back. He's a good little player, but he hasn't been playing well, I don't think, in recent weeks at all.
Sharp. And winning the free kick.
See, the way the game is going today, that's good play by Sharp. They've always played up to him in the air. He got the header up in the air, he got back and won it when it came down on the ground. And that's what's changing the game for Everton a lot, because Groves is having a bad time and Smith hasn't really been in the game at all.
And that's Wilson's shot. And a three-man free kick.
I think there is a bit of a breeze blowing down there, and it suits the lads coming at this angle with the left foot. And if you look at Wilson, he's hit that really well. Really well.
Groves, no offside given here. And Rocastle's in.
Well, I don't believe that. He must have been 5-6 yards offside. Now the Everton players picked up books from this.
As the Everton players have surrounded the linesman to protest. From this angle he looked a mile offside. The linesman was there.
Yeah, he was definitely offside in that position. I mean, he finished it well, Rocastle, to be fair to him. But that linesman over the far side has been given offside for next to nothing. And how he didn't give it, the referee could have given it himself anyway.
And certainly a very good finish, 9 minutes from the end. But this, a reserve linesman, in fact, not the man originally nominated to run the line. And Everton protest. And David Rocastle gets the equaliser for Arsenal. And for the first time in 4 matches, Neville Southall is beaten. Pretty hefty collision, that. Dave Watson, the half of it, on his feet.
I think Watson got him with his elbow. I think he's just rubbing his head there just to make it look a bit good. But Everton players will be a little bit needle now, having lost a goal like that.
Alan Smith, the Arsenal player. Here it is again. In fact, it's the goal. Difficult to tell from that angle, but certainly indications were that he was offside. David Rocastle. The Everton players were certainly furious at that. Now off goes Heath, and he's seen to be caught by David O'Leary as he went through. The linesman on this side has indicated. News that Liverpool have gone ahead while Everton have gone back on terms. Adrian Heath colliding with David O'Leary. And the card held up to David O'Leary, which from this angle was a black card. It was just the reverse of the referee's little book, and meant that it's a caution for David O'Leary. Everton want to get on with it, and Everton's frustration increasing the referee's problems at this stage. 7 minutes to go. Peter Reid, Ian Wilson and Trevor Stephen. And it was Stephen who shot in the end. Now Reid. Snowden. Shot going in. Cleared by Adams. Snowden in. And up to Ratcliffe. Yes, I'm sure they felt they'd done enough, Everton, even though they had rather lost the overall control that they did have earlier in the game. But to go level again under circumstances like that really must be infuriating for them. And here's a man who doesn't look too happy either, George Graham. And quite what he expects the law to do about an elbow on the pitch is another matter. But a frantic end to what had been a pretty average contest. Little over 5 minutes to go, and Arsenal believing that perhaps 3 points are here for the winning. Sansom. Much too much there for Michael Thomas. But it's a throw to Arsenal. Too close to Southall.
I tell you what, Sansom got through up the end line there. That was a great position for Arsenal. A really dangerous one. It was a very, very bad ball, far too near the post, and it sums up Sansom's game today. He hasn't really been on his game. He usually chips them in, no trouble.
Heath, ever willing. And Colin Harvey and Terry Darracott in the front row there on the bench, showing concerned expressions. Trevor Stephen now. 1-2 played with Heath, but offside flag this side. Thomas and Wilson. Rocastle. Merson. And now Rocastle. Smith. Back to Rocastle. Frantic action, the Everton goalmouth, and the ball cleared.
Well, Arsenal are certainly putting the pressure on in the last few minutes. And keeping the pressure on the Everton defence. They've had a good break, they've had a lucky break to get the goal, and that's really booked them up a bit.
Groves with a throw. Snowden away. And Groves again. Southall saving. Points and putting it back in. Adams the winner there. Sharp. Reid. Not quite properly directed to Heath. He's furious with himself. Pointon. Offside against Heath. South will come with a punch. And Sharp, another intelligent ball, finding Ian Wilson. Poynton. Reid carrying on forward. O'Leary, the route to the back pass cut off, winning the throw off Peter Reid. Rocastle, and running straight into Ratcliffe. And then Snowden back to nick it off the toe of Paul Merson. And Groves will take the throw. Heath. Stephen. And Reid had gone on a great run through the middle there. And it was a most important interception. There's no offside here, as Everton come with a final flourish in the final minute of the game. Trevor Stephen. Too close to Lukic. Smith. And Merson there. Ratcliffe battling on. Smith. And Southall able to save.
Good defending by Ratcliffe. And the game has really livened up in the last few minutes because both teams have really gone for it. And I suppose with both of them getting a little bit tired, it does open the game up a lot more. But it's been a good game in the last few minutes. I think Arsenal have been lucky to get the break, and it's really kept them going.
Well, they do have a nickname in these parts, not among their own supporters. Lucky Arsenal. I think they're fortunate they're not looking a 1-0 defeat in the face. But 1-1 it is as we move into added time. Neil Point has certainly settled for the draw.
What a great result for Liverpool this is. Both teams the nearest challengers probably, and they're taking points off each other, just 1 point each for a draw.
Is to introduce an untried goalkeeper, 21-year-old Troels Rasmussen. Two of them